Now you able to see the full screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming to my class. Today we are going to talk about some more perquisites. In the last class, we have spoken about perquisite relating to rent-free accommodation and furniture, that is furnished accommodation. Today we are going to have a further lengthy discussion about the accommodation and other perquisites. Okay, so look at this particular PPT and value of accommodation provided at concessional rent. Value of accommodation provided by the employer to the employee at a concessional rent. This is very important. This is very important. Okay, value of accommodation provided by the employer to the employee at concessional rate. Now, what do you mean by concessional rate? Concessional rate is nothing but, for example, employer is renting this particular accommodation from a third party for 30,000 rupees per month, and this is the value of the rent-free. This is the rent what employer is paying to the third party for taking it on rent, but he will provide this particular house accommodation to the employer to the employee, sorry, at only 5,000 rupees per month. So 30,000 rupees per month is the real value of the is the rent for this accommodation, but he is charging only 5,000 rupees. So the employer is getting 25,000 rupees per month as concessional accommodation. Okay, that is the meaning of the word concessional accommodation. 30,000 rupees worth of the house, which it can be rented out at 30,000, is being rented out to the employee by the employer at a meager 5,000 rupees, and the employee is getting a concession of 25,000 rupees per month. That is the meaning of the word concessional rent. I will give you one more example. So you have to understand the word concessional. For example, if you purchase a laptop for 50,000 rupees, so the shopkeeper is giving this particular laptop at 50,000 rupees. If his friend or his relative goes to the shop and purchase it, he will provide it at only 20,000 rupees to that particular relative or a friend. So in this case, he's giving a discount of 30,000 rupees, or a discount of 30,000 rupees, or a concession of 30,000 rupees. So that is the meaning of the word concession here also. Means here when I'm talking about accommodation, the employer is providing to the employee accommodation at a very concessional, at a very huge concession or a concession. Okay. Now let's look at the points. Valuation will be made as if the rent-free accommodation is provided, and the amount so computed will be reduced by the rent payable by the employee. Here I have missed the word employee. Okay. Now yesterday we have seen, or in the last class we have seen, how to find out the value of the accommodation. So the value of the accommodation is dependent upon the type of employee and the city where the employer is providing to the employee rent-free accommodation. Like for example, government employee, it is a license fees of this particular house accommodation. In case of a private employee, it is 15% of salary or 10% of salary and 7.5% of the salary. So you have to first find out that step, value of rent-free accommodation. That is the meaning of the word. Okay, and then from that one you have to deduct. So from that you have to deduct rent payable by the employee to the employer for the above facility provided by the employer, by the employer to the employee. So just now I have told whatever is the rent paid by the employer, by the employee to the employer, that you have to deduct it, and then whatever is the difference, that is the value of the perquisite in the hands of the employee, and it is taxable in the hands of the employee. So I will just give one more example. With that you will understand the word. The meaning is, for example, if you have found out that rent-free accommodation is equal to first you have to find out rent-free accommodation. The rent-free accommodation is 40,000 per month. Okay, means what? This particular house, if it is given to the to the third party for renting by the employer on rental basis, you would have got to 40,000 rupees. Okay, now what employer is doing? employer is giving this house to the employee for residential purpose or for accommodation, and is telling him to pay only 10,000 rupees per month. Means 10,000 rupees is the only rent which is charged, whereas he could have charged 40,000 rupees. So the difference is 30,000 rupees. This is the benefit what the employee is getting because of the employer providing the employee accommodation at a concessional rate. So 30,000 per month is the value of the perquisite, and 30,000 into 12 is equal to 36,000. This is the value of the perquisite in the hands of the employee, and this particular 3,60,000 will be added to the gross salary, and it is fully taxable. Okay, so this is also we have discussed in the last class. Now let's take up a small problem and then we will solve the problem. Let's take a small problem and we will solve the problem and we will understand how to do it. Now the details are given to you. The details are given to you. Let's solve the problem. From the following particulars provided by Mr. X for the this is financial year. Okay, this is financial year. This is financial year 2019-20. You have to find out the value of the perquisite as well as other allowances, how much is taxable, and this particular person is working in a textile industry in Bombay. So first and foremost, you have to find out where this accommodation is provided. So the accommodation is provided in Bombay, and it is assumed that the population of Bombay is more than 25 lakhs. And for this purpose, the accommodation value is, as is working in a private employment, this is 15% of salary. So the value of the perquisite is 15% of salary. That is first, number one. Number two, this person who is working is entitled to a commission of 1% on sales, and for the whole year the sales turnover what he achieved was 10 lakh rupees. उसने 10 lakh rupees का turnover achieve किया. 10 lakhs into 1% is equal to 1 lakh rupees. उसको commission मिलेगा. 1 lakh rupees is the commission what he is going to achieve. This is number two. Number three, he has received the following allowances from the employer during the year. Additional information is given. Dearness allowance is 20,000 per month, and this is forming a part of retirement benefits. It is given in the problem that this is granted under terms of employment and this is counted for retirement benefits. Whatever are the retirement benefits like gratuity, pension, all these are considered for all these are for all these DNS allowance is taken into account for the calculation of retirement benefits. Number two. Number three. So monthly basic salary is 40,000 rupees. Bonus for the whole year is 3,20,000 rupees. So he has worked hard and the company has made a huge amount of profit, and because of this he is getting a bonus of 3,20,000. Next one is entertainment allowance. Is 10,000 rupees, and you know the rule. The rule is fully taxable. Next one is children's educational allowance. Per month is 500 rupees, but it is not mentioned whether how many children is having and for how many children this particular thing is made available. Transport allowance. So the rule should be known to you. Transport allowance is from house to office and office to house. Office to house. Then for the transportation of the employee from his house to office and office to house, some certain allowance is given in the name of transportation allowance, and the rule is to my knowledge it is 800 rupees per month, which is exempted. Over and above it is fully taxable. Medical allowance, you know, it is fully taxable, which is 5,000 per month. Servant allowance, you know, it is fully taxable. It is fully taxable. So 2,000 into 12 is equal to 24,000 is fully taxable. City compensatory allowance 300 per month into 12 is equal to 3,600 per for the full year is fully taxable. Research allowance, already we spoke about research allowance in the last class. So in this case 5,000 rupees was provided per month, and out of which, so 5,000 rupees into 12 is equal to 60,000 rupees was the research allowance provided by the employer to the employee for carrying out research. Out of this only 30,000 was spent. So among them, whichever is lowest, that is exempted from tax. So 30,000 will be exempted, and over whatever is the difference is 30,000 rupees, it is fully taxable. Next one. Now we are going to talk about accommodation. Is provided with concessional. Now concessional, not rent free. This is not rent free. This is not rent free accommodation. This is concessional accommodation. Means rent free नहीं है. Rent free में कुछ भी नहीं लेगा employer employee से. लेकिन rent free में कुछ भी नहीं लगेगा, it's okay. But whereas in case of concessional, he will charge something. The employer is going to charge something. Let's see what is the something in this, for which the rent paid by the employee is rupees 2,000 per month. So he is giving you an accommodation to the employee, but it is not a rent-free accommodation, but there is an accommodation which is for which is charging a nominal amount of 2,000 rupees per month from the employer, and it is not mentioned whether it is a accommodation which belongs to the employer or employer or third party. But if there is a third party agreement, then whatever is the third party is getting from the employer, it would have been mentioned in the problem. So it is not been mentioned. So it is a accommodation which is owned, managed and taken care by the employer, and hence it belongs to the employer. This accommodation belongs to the employer. Last one is the furniture value which is provided by the employer to the employees, 50,000 rupees. So is the accommodation a concessional furnished accommodation? Please remember, concessional accommodation with furniture, and the value of the furniture which is provided by the employer to the employee is 50,000 rupees. And look at this. Look at this. It is this particular furniture is provided only for the half of the year. Means ये जो 50,000 का फर्नीचर उसके घर में रखा है वो not for the full year. This particular furniture is provided for only half of the year. So let's look at the solution. And I will urge you now. I will urge you to please take a snapshot or a photo of this problem, because in the next slide we are going to solve the problem. Please take a snapshot of this particular numerical problem, because I am going to do the solution is there in the next slide. So I urge you, I earnestly request you to please take a snapshot or a photo of this particular problem. So hope you have taken, and I am going to the next slide where I am solving the problem. I am solving the problem. Basic salary. The rule is fully taxable. So I have meant it is fully taxable, and the amount is put in the fully taxable column. DNS allowance. All this DNS allowance is forming a part of retirement benefits, and the rule is it is fully taxable. So this is the first allowance. So this 2,40,000 rupees is fully taxable. Commission is number 2. The rule is fully taxable, and the whole commission of on 100 lakhs into 1% is 1 lakh rupees is fully taxable. Bonus is also, the rule says that it is fully taxable. Entertainment allowance in case of a private employee is fully taxable. He is getting some 10,000 rupees per month, if I am correct, and then into 12 is equal to 1,20,000 rupees. So this is please remember, this is the taxable column. Next one is children's educational allowance. So he is getting from the employer 6,000 rupees per month for the full year. Sorry. So 500 into 12 is equal to 6,000 rupees. Now assuming that he has 2 children, the exemption is 100 into 2 up to a maximum of 2 children. So एक महीने का 100 रुपया मिल सकता है, 2 लड़कों के पीछे 200 मिल सकता है, ऐसा 12 महीने का you can get 2,400. So this is the exemption. But how much is receiving? 6,000 is receiving. But how much is the exemption out of this 6,000? 2,400. So the difference is 3,600, which is fully taxable. So this 3,600 will come over this place. Next one is for medical allowance. You know the rule for medical allowance, it is fully taxable. So I have put 60,000 in the fully taxable column. Next one is servant allowance. The rule is the servant allowance provided by the employer to the employee, which is forming a part of the salary. The rule is fully taxable, and all the amount of 24,000 is kept under the fully taxable column. City compensatory allowance. City compensatory allowance, please remember, I have written here 300 rupees. It's not 300. You can change it to 3,000. Okay. So 3,000 into 12. So the rule says that city compensatory allowance is fully taxable. So 36,000 is fully taxable. Next one is research allowance. So this is a special allowance, and out of the special allowance is in the name of research allowance. So he is receiving 60,000 rupees for the full year, and out of this 60,000, he is only spending सॉरी 30,000 रुपीज, स्पेंडिंग ओनली 30,000 रुपीज। उसको मिला इतना, जेब में गया 60,000, एक जेब में गया 60,000, दूसरे जेब से खर्चा किया 30,000, तो बच गया कितना 60,000, सो 30,000 सॉरी। So the remaining 30,000 is fully taxable, or among them, among these two, whichever is lowest, that is 60,000 and 30,000 में whichever is lowest is exempted. So 30,000 is exempted from 60,000 rupees. The difference 30,000 rupees is fully taxable. So the difference 30,000 is fully taxable. This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. Now we are going to talk about this particular one. Now value of accommodation, value of accommodation. And this next we are going to talk about this, the rent paid by the employer for this accommodation. If you look here, the here it is written, sorry, 2,000 per month. You can change it to, please remember this, I'm changing it to 5,000 rupees. This I am changing it to 5,000 rupees because it's grammatical, sorry, numerical typing error is there, 5,000 per month. Okay, so here now, first step, this is the second step, and this is the third step. So I will go to the second step now. See, the employer is providing to the employee accommodation, and this is not a rent-free accommodation. भाड़ा free में नहीं दे रहा है, भाड़े के ऊपर नहीं दे रहा है, free भाड़े में नहीं दे रहा है, बोले तो जा उधर रहे और कुछ भी मत दे, ऐसे नहीं बोल रहा है. For this particular accommodation, is the employer is charging to the employee how much? 5,000 per month into 12 is equal to 6,000 rupees. Okay, this is number 2. Number 3 is फर्नीचर. इसको पूरे साल में फर्नीचर कितना दिया है? फर्नीचर पूरे साल में 5 लाख रुपए का दिया है. ओके, आई हैव रिटन हियर 50,000. You can change it to 5 lakhs. Okay, sorry, error is there. You can change it to 5 lakhs. Okay, so for the whole year, the furniture provided by the employer to the employee for the benefit of the employee is 5 lakhs. Now, according to the rule, the perquisite value in the hands of the employer as far as the furniture is concerned is 10%. तो उसका 10% कितना है? 50,000. 10% is 50,000 rupees. Is 50,000 rupees. Is 50,000 rupees. Now, this particular furniture is provided by the employer to the employee only for 6 months. So, ये 50,000 for the full year है. तो divided by into 6 by 12 करना है. क्यों बोले तो 6 महीने का ही फायदा है. तो that is equal to I will change this figure. Okay, this is 6 lakh rupees. This is 6 lakh rupees is the furniture. So 6 lakhs into 10% is 60,000. 60,000 into 6 by 12 is equal to 30,000 rupees. So please remember, I'm changing there is a small change in the numerical. Furniture value provided by the employer to the employee is 6 lakh rupees. Furniture value provided by the employer to the employee 6 lakh rupees. Please make a small change over that place. Hope you have understood it. Okay, now, so reverse we are going to do. Now we are going to find out the value of the accommodation. Now, for the purpose of finding out the value of accommodation, that is rent-free accommodation, is the rule is in case of a private employee, then you have to look at the place, the population of the place where the accommodation is provided by the employer to the employee. So this particular accommodation is provided by the employer to the employee at Bombay, as already mentioned. So Bombay population is more than 25 lakhs, and hence, so if it is not given in the problem, what is the total population of Bombay? So you can make an assumption that Bombay population is more than 25 lakhs. So I am considering it as 25 lakhs. So it is the value of the perquisite or the rent-free accommodation is 15% of salary. 15% of salary. Now salary. Now what do you mean by salary? As I told, it is basic salary plus DA is, if DA is forming a part of retirement benefits, plus taxable. Now I am using the word taxable part of allowance, plus bonus, plus fees, plus commission. Okay, so plus any monetary value provided, benefit provided by the employer to the employee, plus other things, but you should not take into account other perquisites. You should not take into account other perquisites. Okay, so this is the meaning. So now with this data, let's look at the value of the salary, we will calculate salary for the purpose of calculation of accommodation or rent-free accommodation, value of accommodation. So please remember, very, very important, you have to remember all the rules. If you don't know the rules, you will not go forward. And let's look at all these figures. Okay, so salary for the purpose is this one. Basic salary I have to take. DNS allowance, this I have to take because DNS allowance is also forming a part of retirement benefits, plus commission. I told you to take bonus fees and commission, so bonus also you take. Children's educational allowance, you should not take this, neither this, but you have to take into account, uh, this one, because only taxable part of allowance you have to take. Next one is a taxable part. This is the taxable part. This column is a taxable column. Entertainment allowance, this you have to take because all the allowances which are taxable, to that extent you have to take. Transport allowance, I told you, transport allowance is been provided by the employer is providing to the employee transport allowance of 1,000 rupees per month, 1,000 into 12. Now, what is the rule says? The rule says that it is exempted up to 800 rupees per month. So 200 is taxable. उसको मिल रहा 1,000 रुपया, उसमें से रूल क्या बोलता है? एग्जम्पशन खाली 800 रुपया ही पर मंथ का एग्जम्पशन है, तो 200 रुपया पर मंथ इज टैक्सेबल इनटू 12, 2400. So this amount is taxable. So medical allowance, this is taken. This city compensatory allowance, this is taken. Servant allowance, this is taken. Research allowance, this is the taxable. And now all this you have to add. All this you have to add for the purpose of calculation of salary for accommodation. So if I add, and if I am correct, I will get this figure. If I add 4,80,000, 2,40,000, 1 lakh, 3,20,000, 1,20,000, 3,600, 2,400, 60,000, 24,000, 36,000, 30,000. If I add all these, I will get salary for the purpose of calculation of accommodation is equal to 14,60,000. Salary for the purpose of calculation of accommodation is equal to 14,60,000, 16,000. Okay. Now, as this particular house is provided by the employer to the employee at Bombay, and this is a concessional accommodation. I told you that at Bombay, if he's provided by providing an accommodation, then it is 15% of the salary, the value of the perquisite, the value of the accommodation provided by the employer to the employees, 15% of salary. So if you find out 14 lakhs into 16,000, 15%, you will get this figure. So accommodation का पता चल गया है. So this is the value of the perquisite in the form of accommodation, rent-free accommodation. It means what? Now, this you have to understand. I am going to explain what is the significance of this 2,12,400. What is the significance of this 2,12,400? What is the significance of this 2,12,400? अगर 2,12,400 का मतलब क्या है? अगर बॉम्बे में ये घर किसी थर्ड पार्टी को या बाहर वालों को यही घर रेंट के ऊपर देते हैं, तो पूरे साल का रेंट कितना के ऊपर दे सकते हैं? 2,12,2400 रुपया. तो एक महीने का कितना हो गया? तो लगभग 12 से डिवाइड करो, बिकॉज दिस इज फॉर द होल ईयर. पर मंथ 12 months you will get roughly around some 18,000 rupees. You will get 18,500 you will get. So 18,500 is the per month rent that can be that is the value of the perquisite. But he is charging how much? 18,500 में से खाली 500,000 ही चार्ज कर रहा है. तो कितना फायदा मिल रहा है? बाकी का 13,500 पे करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ रहा है. So that is the meaning of this 2,12,400. So the value of the perquisite is 2,12,400. इसको इतना फायदा मिल रहा है, लेकिन दूसरे हाथ से क्या बोल रहा है एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉय को? भैया तुम इतना मत पे कर. यू डोंट पे 2,12,400, बट यू पे जस्ट 60,000 रुपीज. अभी ये जो लैपटॉप, ये जो कार है, फॉर एग्जांपल कार है, ये 2,12,000 है, और एम्प्लॉयर क्या बोला है उसको कि खाली 60,000 ही पे कर. बोले तो कितना फायदा मिल गया? इतना फायदा मिल गया. तो इतना फायदा मिल गया बोले तो इतना बचत हो गया या इतना इनकम हो गया. दिस इज द वैल्यू ऑफ द परक्विजिट, टैक्सेबल पार्ट ऑफ द परक्विजिट, which is called as concessional accommodation provided by the employer to the employee. So 2,12,400 is the value of the perquisite, out of which 60,000 is the rent charged by the employer. So he is getting only a benefit of 1,52,400. So the value of the accommodation, concessional accommodation is 1,52,400. नंबर वन. नंबर टू, इसके साथ साथ में क्या दे रहा है वो, इसके साथ साथ में ये भी दे रहा है, क्या दे रहा है, फर्नीचर भी दे रहा है. पूरा फर्नीचर का वैल्यू कितना है, 6 लाख रुपीस into the value of the perquisite in the form of furniture is equal to 10%, which is 60,000 rupees. लेकिन ये जो फर्नीचर है 60,000 rupees is the value only for the full year, but he is providing only for half the year. तो डिवाइड बाय हाफ करो, 30,000. सो ये भी आ गया, ये भी आ गया. बाकी का हम लोगों ने कैलकुलेट किया, अभी इतना इसको इनकम मिल रहा है. सो इफ आई टोटल 1 2 3 all these things up to this, the gross salary of the employee of that is Mr. X is near about 16 lakh, that is 15 lakhs 98,400, and he has to pay on this 15 lakhs 98,400 tax. So you know the rule, 0 to 2.5 lakhs, nil 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs is 5%, so on and so forth. You have to use all this. You have to use all these calculations. Now next perquisite. Now अभी तक हम लोगों ने क्या देखा है, we just spoke about accommodation. Now there are some more perquisites provided by the employer to the employee. And the next perquisite is perquisite of free domestic servant. Now I will tell you, my friend, he is working in army. He is working in army, and he is transferred from time to time from one place to another place. Now उसको एक घर भी दिया है, उसको एक कार भी दिया है, इसको फर्नीचर भी दिया है, उसके साथ साथ में उसको बेटों के लिए एजुकेशनल फैसिलिटी भी दिया है आर्मी स्कूल में. एंड इन एडिशन टू दिस वन उसको खाना बनाने के लिए कुक दिया है, और डोमेस्टिक सर्वेंट को भी दिया है जो बर्तन, यूटेंसिल्स, फ्लोर क्लीन करना वो करेगा, प्लस एक गार्डनर को भी दिया है. द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज प्रोवाइडेड नॉट ओनली दिस कार, दिस हाउस, दिस फर्नीचर, बट ही हैज बीन प्रोवाइडेड विद डोमेस्टिक सर्वेंट्स लाइक कुक जो खाना बना के देगा, गार्डनर जो गार्डन को देखेगा, डोमेस्टिक सर्वेंट बोले तो जो यूटेंसिल्स, फर्श ये सब क्लीन करेगा. सो दैट इज द परक्विजिट provided by the employer to the employee, so उसको फायदा तो मिल रहा है ना, तो उस फायदे को हम लोग फाइंड आउट करेंगे. भैया इसमें से how much is taxable, how much is exempted, what is the tax provisions in case of free domestic servants like cook, gardener, security guard, sweeper. Okay, sweeper, cook एक है, gardener, security guard, sweeper. These are the domestic servants provided by the employer to the employee, or this is the kind of perquisite provided by the employer to the employee. So let's see how to find out the value of the perquisite, how much is exempted, how much is taxable, what are the tax provisions in case of a domestic servant like the one just now I told. When the servants are engaged by the employee and reimbursed by the employer, it is taxable in all cases. It is taxable in all cases. For example, I am giving a small example. SRK Mehta is working in JSPM. Now he is provided with the accommodation by the employer. उसके साथ साथ में उसको कार भी दिया, उसको यूज करने के लिए, प्लस उसको एक कुक भी दिया. Now here look at this. When the servant are engaged by the employee and reimbursed by the employer. अभी रमेश कुमार मेहता ने क्या किया, he has employed, रमेश कुमार मेहता ने खुद एक कुक को ढूंढा, और उसको कुक बोले तो कौन खाना बनाएगा, वो खाना बना रहा है, और इसको रमेश मेहता कितना दे रहा है, 5,000 पर मंथ का सैलरी दे रहा है, प्लस सिक्योरिटी गार्ड भी उसने एम्प्लॉय किया जिसको 6,000 पर मंथ का सैलरी दे रहा है. कौन दे रहा है, रमेश कुमार मेहता. और क्या दे रहा है, सिक्योरिटी गार्ड को भी रखा है, जो रमेश कुमार मेहता इज पेइंग टू दैट सिक्योरिटी गार्ड 7,000 रुपीज पर मंथ. सो 1 2 3 टोटल मिला के कितना, 5,000, 6,000 and 7,000. But now please remember, these servants, that is the cook, the security guard and the sweeper are engaged by the employee. Who is the employee? Ramesh Mehta. और ये जाके ये बिल दे देता है, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 बिल किसको देता है, एम्प्लॉयर को. और एम्प्लॉय क्या देता है वापस उसको, employer is paying to the employee or reimbursing the employee who is Ramesh Kumar Mehta 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. तो फायदा कितना मिला मेहता को? कुक का फायदा मिला, गार्डनर का फायदा मिला, सबका फायदा मिला, तो ये फायदा तो मिला है. सो इट इज टैक्सेबल इन ऑल केसेस. इट इज टैक्सेबल, फुल्ली टैक्सेबल. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, it is fully taxable. It is fully taxable. So this is number one. Hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts, you can put your doubts in the chat box or in your WhatsApp group. I will help you out in understanding and giving you further clarification about these doubts. So the first thing is, if the servants are engaged by the employee and the bills are reimbursed by the employer, or the employer is paying all the salaries on behalf of the employee, then it is taxable in the hands of all the cases, whether it's a specified employee or a unspecified employee number one. Number two, when engaged by the employer, only specified employees are taxable. When engaged by the employer, only specified cases are taxable. So this is a big bungalow belonging to Mukesh Ambani. And Mukesh Ambani is a specific, and he is a director industry. Director industry. मुकेश अंबानी के उसका कार्ड से, उसका कुक है, उसका बहुत सारे एम्प्लॉइज है. इस cook or gardener or sweeper, all these are engaged by the employer. बोलो तो ये जो सिक्योरिटी गार्ड है, कुक है, गार्डनर है, ये मुकेश अंबानी ने एम्प्लॉय नहीं किया, इन्हें रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज ने एम्प्लॉय किया है. बोले तो इनको नौकरी, रिलायंस इंडस्ट्री ने नौकरी के ऊपर काम के ऊपर रखा है. और ये किसके लिए काम कर रहे हैं? मुकेश अंबानी जो डायरेक्टर है, जो स्पेसिफाइड एम्प्लॉय है, उनके घर के यहाँ काम कर रहे हैं. तो this is called as a specified employee. Mukesh Ambani is called as a specified employee, and the employer is Reliance Industries, and all these people who are the domestic servants are employed by the employer Reliance Industries. So this is taxable. Whatever is the payment made by Reliance Industries to all these security guard, cook, gardener, sweeper, this is taxable in case of only specified employee, and in this reference case it is Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh Ambani के हाथ में fully taxable है. Whereas in case of other employees, it is not taxable. It is not taxable. Okay. For another example I will give you, with this you will understand it. Very, very important. Now S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta is working in JSPM. Is working in JSPM. और उसको एक घर दिया है खाली. Is working in JSPM, and this JSPM is providing to the Ramesh Kumar Mehta, who is the employee, a house. Now this house is there. There is a big garden. A big garden is, and this house belongs to the employer. But provided this employer is providing this particular house to employee Ramesh Kumar Mehta, and this garden is there. And garden code, to maintain this garden, they have employed a gardener. गार्डन को देखने के लिए एक माली को रखा है. Now this gardener is not employed by Ramesh Mehta, but he is employed by JSPM. He is on the payroll of JSPM, and this salary is provided by employer JSPM, and JSPM is providing salary to gardener. And S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta is not director of the company or a specific employee. So in this case, when the domestic servants are engaged by the employer, and if the employee is not a specified employee, then they are not taxable. So SR के मेहता को ये कुछ benefit नहीं मिल रहा है. So as he is not a specified employee, it is not taxable. Only in case of a specified employee, it is taxable. Hope you have understood it. Now next one, look at the next particular point, which is third point. What is the third point? The third point is servant allowances are always taxable. Just now you spoke. Any allowances in the name of servant allowance, it is fully taxable. It is fully taxable. So fourth point, if servants are provided in the rent-free accommodation, then they are not valued separately. This servant's salary will be shown in the accommodation. or is calculated for the purpose of accommodation. Next one. So these are the similar points. These are all the similar points just now I told, but just I will read out. So perquisites in the form of a sweeper, gardener, watchman, and cook are the domestic servants. The value of the perquisite of provision of services of a sweeper, watchman, gardener or personal attachment to the personal attendee, sorry, to the employer or employee or any member of the employee shall be the actual cost to the employer. बोले तो ये चारों लोग एम्प्लॉय के यहाँ काम कर रहे हैं और एम्प्लॉयर इनको पेमेंट कर रहा है, then the value of the perquisite which is taxable in the hands of the employees, whatever is the cost incurred by the employer for recruiting or taking them on payrolls, that is the cost or the value of the perquisite in the hands of the employee. Number 1 point, just now I told about this. The actual cost in such a case is the total amount of salary paid or payable by the employer or any other person on his behalf for such a service, reduced by the amount of money collected or recollected by the employee from the employee by the employee. For example, ये क्या बोल रहा है कि अगर समझो कि फॉर एग्जांपल मिस्टर रमेश कुमार मेहता इज वर्किंग इन JSPM, is provided with a house and a cook, और cook is working in this particular house, and he's this particular employee, and this person is cook is on the payrolls of JSPM. Number 1. Number 2, and Ramesh Mehta is not a specified employee, and I told you in the last classes the definition of a specified employee. In this case is not a specified employee. now JSPM के मस्टर के ऊपर है समझो, तो JSPM इसको कितना दे रहा है, 6,000 पर मंथ, लेकिन काम किधर कर रहा है, JSPM के मस्टर के ऊपर काम कर रहा है, लेकिन काम कर रहा है रमेश मेहता के लिए, तो 6,000 इज द वैल्यू ऑफ द परक्विजिट इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द रमेश कुमार मेहता. बट रमेश कुमार मेहता से एम्प्लॉयर कितना वापस ले रहा है, 2,000 पर मंथ का ले रहा है, तो द वैल्यू ऑफ द परक्विजिट इन दिस केस इज ओनली 4,000 per month, which is taxable in the hands of the employee who is Ramesh Mehta. Hope you have understood it. Now next one. So this is the way you have to think about it. If the above servants are engaged by the employer and the facility of the such servants are provided to the employee, it will be perquisite in the hands of the employee. Just now we have spoke. On the other hand, if these servants are employed by the employee and the wages of such servants are reimbursed by the employer, it is fully taxable in case of all the employees. This point also we have covered. Next one, the third perquisite. Now let's talk about the third perquisite. The third perquisite. Now the third perquisite is free supply of gas, electricity, and water. Free supply of the third perquisite. The third perquisite is free supply of gas, electricity और water. तो एम्प्लॉयर क्या करता है, उसको गैस देता है, सिलेंडर देता है. जब भी वाटर बिल आता है एम्प्लॉई का, वो वाटर बिल भी एम्प्लॉयर पे करता है. एम्प्लॉई का जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल है वो भी एम्प्लॉयर पे करता है. तो all the cylinders, electricity bills of and water bill of the employee is paid by the employer. So this is a benefit which is this is the expenditure of employee paid by the employer, and the employee is getting advantage or benefit out of this transaction. So obviously it is going to be he's getting a deriving profit out of this. This employee is deriving benefit out of this, and there is a value attached to this, and this is the value of this perquisite has to be found out, and this has to be added to the gross salary of the employee, and it has to be considered for payment of considered for calculating the taxable salary. So the expenditure of the employee in the form of gas or water or electricity is paid by the employee, is paid by the employer, and hence it is going to be taxable. So that is the meaning of this. जैसे कि for example Ramesh Mehta is there working in JSPM. Ramesh Mehta is there working in JSPM, and he is given a house, and all the full year का जो भी वाटर का फैसिलिटी है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल है, एंड इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल है, एंड गैस का जो भी सिलेंडर्स आते हैं, all the expenditures of the employee paid by JSPM. So this is a benefit provided by the employer to the employee. So we have to find out the value of this particular perquisite, and it has to be added to the gross salary of the employee, and it has to be taxable. So let's understand one by one. Let's understand one by one. So the value of the perquisite in case of gas, electricity or water is, the value of this benefit is taxable in the hands of specified employees if the connection is taken in the name of the employer and is determined according to the following rules. Now this is very important, you just keep this in your mind. Now ये जो गैस का कनेक्शन है वो किसके नाम के ऊपर है? एम्प्लॉयर के नाम के ऊपर है, एम्प्लॉयर के नाम के ऊपर है। ये जो घर है वो एम्प्लॉयर के नाम के ऊपर है, तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल भी it will come in the name of the employer. Number two, this particular accommodation which is provided by the employer, his name is in the name of the employer, and the water bill also will come in the name of the employer for the full year. So all these gas connections, electricity bill and water bill are in the name of the employer, and the advantage of this gas, electricity and bill and gas, electricity and water is taken is provided to the employee, then this is going to be taxable only in the hands of a specified employee, not in all the cases. Okay, and the value of the perquisite is determined as follows. The value of the perquisite is determined as follows. I will just again give a small example, and with this I hope you will understand it. Okay, I will give a small example. For example, Narayan Murthy. Narayan Murthy, you have heard about Mr. Narayan Murthy. Narayan Murthy is the promoter of Infosys. Is the promoter of Infosys. Is the promoter of Infosys. Is the director of the Infosys. He is having, assuming that he is having more than 20% of voting rights or shares in Infosys. So he is called as a specified employee. He is called as a specified employee. Number one. Number two, उसको इनको इन्फोसिस ने एक घर दिया है और उस घर में वो रह रहे हैं, and this particular house accommodation belongs or owned by Infosys. So Narayan Murthy and his family is staying over this place, and Narayan Murthy is a case of a specified employee. Now gas is coming, or gas cylinder is coming, electricity bill is coming, and water bill is coming, and Narayan Murthy will give all these bills, and all these bills of gas, electricity and water in the names of or in the name of Infosys. So it is the payment, it is the in this case he will give all these bills to Infosys, and Infosys will pay the water bill, electricity bill and gas bill to the agencies. And now let's talk about what is the perquisite in the hands of Narayan Murthy, who is a specified employee. Now the rule says that if all this gas connection, electricity bill and water bill are in the name of Infosys India Limited, and Narayan Murthy is taking advantage of gas, electricity and water bill, and the payments are made by employer to these gas agencies, and the benefit of this gas, electricity and water bill is taken by Narayan Murthy and family, Mr. Narayan Murthy and family. In this case, as he's a specified employee, the value of the perquisite has to be found out, and it is going to be taxed. It is going to be taxed. Now, what is the value of the perquisite? What is the value of the perquisite? The value of the perquisite is to be found out by using this formula. This formula or this particular method has to be adopted for finding out the value of the perquisite in case of a specified employee. So, what is the formula? The formula is, this is number one method, this is number two method, and there are individual cases one and individual cases two. Very important cases, just pay attention. So what is case one? Case one is if the employer provides the supply of gas, electricity and water from his own sources, then the manufacturing cost per unit incurred by the employer shall be the value of the perquisite. So hope you have understood it. I will tell you what is the meaning of it. For example, another example I will give you for making you understand the manufacturing cost of the manufacturing cost. So here, the value of the perquisite in the first case is the manufacturing cost. So in this case, I will now move to a small another example. Now HPCL is there. I think you have heard about a company which is called as HPCL. Another company by name BPCL, IOC. These are gas, petrol, diesel manufacturing companies. Okay. So assuming that Mr. X, who is working in HPCL and is a director of HPCL or a specified employee of HPCL. Okay, now this guy is given, this guy, Mr. X, is given gas cylinders, 12 gas cylinders per month by HPCL to Mr. X, who is a director, who is a specified employee. और 12 gas cylinders, एक एक का gas cylinder का value है 1,000 rupees, and 12,000 is the total value. Now, how did you arrive at this one? Now, please remember, these companies are into the manufacturing of gas cylinders and gas. Okay, and this gas 12 cylinders are provided by the employer to the employee, who is Mr. X, and this is specified employee. So gas कौन provide कर रहा है? Employer, HPCL to the employee, and this gas is manufactured by HPCL. तो HPCL 12 गैस सिलेंडर्स फ्री दे रहा है. तो इधर देखो, तो उसको अभी फ्री दे रहा है मिस्टर एक्स को, तो मिस्टर एक्स इज गेटिंग सम एडवांटेज. So you have to find out the advantage or the benefit and convert it into rupees, and then add it to gross salary, and then on which we have to compute the total taxable salary. So you have to include the value of the perquisite, and the value of the perquisite is the manufacturing cost incurred by the employer. अभी employer कौन है? In this case I told you about HPCL. HPCL ये 12 गैसेस तैयार कर रहा है. एक एक गैस को तैयार करने के लिए 1,000 रुपया लग रहा है, और 1,000 रुपया इंटू 12,000 रुपया लग रहा है. And this 12,000 रुपया value of the perquisite is provided by HPCL to Mr. X. So the value of the perquisite, if the employer is providing to the employee, and this employee is a specified employee, and the gas is manufactured, or electricity is manufactured, or water is manufactured by the employer, then the cost of the value of the perquisite in the hands of the employee and specified employee is equal to the manufacturing cost per unit of such gas, electricity, or water provided by the employer to the employee. So in this case, 12,000 rupees is the value of the perquisite. Now, in case of Infosys, gas is not manufactured. So this gas cylinders, electricity, and water is purchased from a third party, and the employer is paying to the third party the bills of the employee, who is a specified employee. So in this case, if the supply is from outside agencies, then the value of the perquisite, which is taxable and in the hands of the specified employee, is equal to the amount paid by the employer to the third party for providing such facilities of gas, water, and electricity and other related products. Okay, I will give a small example. With this, you will understand and we will be clarified. Okay, I will give a small example. Okay. Now the example goes like this. Mr. X is there, and he's a specified employee of a specified, he's he's a specified employee. Okay. He's a specified employee of XYZ Limited company, and he's this XYZ Limited company is providing water facility, and the water facility is in the name of XYZ Limited, and Mr. X is using this water facility for the whole year, and this XYZ Limited is a software company, and Mr. X is using water for the full year, and the water bill in the name of XYZ Limited company is some 10,000 rupees, and this water is provided by a water company or municipality. So the expenditure incurred is of a specified employee, Mr. X, is 10,000 rupees, and the name and the water bill is coming in the name of XYZ Limited, and the water is provided by the third party, and to the third party 10,000 rupees is paid or reimbursed by XYZ on behalf of X Limited and XYZ Limited, and X is a specified employee. So X is getting a benefit out of this, and as is a specified employee, this rule applies. If the supply is from a supply of water, electricity bill water bill and other bills is from outside agency, and the value of the perquisite in such a case will be the amount paid by the employer on behalf of the employee and the employee specified employee, and the whatever is the amount paid by the employer for providing such water to the other agencies, then that amount has to be taken into account. Okay, when you're doing problems, you will be able to understand it. I am just giving a theoretical background to the things which are going to come ahead, where we are going to talk about numerical problems. Now, some more points. Where the employee is paying any amount in respect of such services, the amount so paid shall be deducted from the value of the perquisite. Okay, I will give a small example. Now, I just now told Infosys example. Now, Infosys water bill is there. Which is, for example, 12,000 rupees. 12,000 rupees. And in the bill is in the name of Infosys Limited, but the water was consumed or used by Narayan Murthy and family. Who were specified employees of Infosys. तो ये 12,000 का बिल किसको पे करना था? नारायण मूर्ति को पे करना था, लेकिन किन्होंने पे किया? इन्फोसिस ने पे किया. तो 12,000 is the value of the perquisite. Now, out of this 12,000 rupees, Narayan Murthy is paying back to the company 5,000 rupees for the whole consumption of water. The value of the consumption of water is 12,000 rupees. And towards this, he is paying back to the company only 5,000 rupees. So the value of the perquisite is 7,000 rupees, which is going to be taxed in the hands of the specified employee, who is Narayan Murthy ji in case of Infosys. So that is the meaning of the word, where the employee is paying the amount, any amount in respect of such service provided by the employer to the employee. The amount shall be deducted, just like your rent-free concessional accommodation, from the value of the perquisite as calculated in A and B. These are A and B. From A and B, you have to deduct the employee's payment. Next one. Now let's talk about the most important point, the fourth point, the last point of this particular session probably, and about the free gas, electricity and water provided by the employer to the employee. Now, where the gas connection of the gas, electricity, water is in the name of the employee and the bills are reimbursed by the employer. Now, this is the obligation of the employee which is discharged by the employer. So I will explain this. Very, very important. Please pay attention. Now, Mr. S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta is working in JSPM and he is given a rent-free accommodation. Accommodation is provided. Now, he is provided with a rent-free accommodation, yes, but this accommodation doesn't belong to JSPM. JSPM is taking this accommodation from the third party to whom they are paying rent, and subsequently, Mr. Ramesh Kumar Mehta is staying over this place. Now, gas cylinder is coming, water bill is coming, and electricity bill is coming, and the bill is in the name of the employee, who is Ramesh Mehta. तो जो गैस सिलेंडर आ रहा है, या वाटर बिल आ रहा है, या इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल आ रहा है, ये जेएसपीएम के नाम के ऊपर नहीं है. क्यों बोले? तो ये जेएसपीएम ने थर्ड पार्टी से लिया है और उसको रेंट पे कर रहा है घर को. लेकिन ये जो बिल है, बिल गैस का बिल या वाटर का बिल या इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का बिल जो है, whatever are the bills in the form of gas, electricity and water, all these bills are in the name of the employee, who is S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta. तो S. Ramesh Kumar का मेहता के नाम के ऊपर बिल आया है. S. Ramesh Kumar क्या करता है? ये bills he will collect it and he will give it to JSPM, and JSPM will pay to the agency which is providing this gas, electricity and water. So whose expenditure is this? This is the expenditure of Mr. Ramesh Mehta. Who is taking care of these bills, or who is reimbursing these bills of Ramesh Mehta to those agencies like gas, electricity and water? The employer. तो मजा उड़ा रहा है ना रमेश मेहता JSPM का. तो he is getting benefit out of this. So the value of the perquisite is fully taxable in case of all the employees. If the name of the bill amount is in the name of the employee, and you reduce it. Okay, you reduce it by whatever the employee is paying. So this is the meaning of the word free supply of gas, electricity and water. Next one is the last point of the day, free educational facility provided by the employer to the employee. Now I will give you a beautiful example. Please pay attention for another 2 minutes because it's 11:57 now. Now, Mr. Ramesh Mehta is there. SRK Mehta is there. SRK Mehta is there and is working in JSPM. And JSPM Tatawada campus, he has got a engineering college, and in the engineering in the same campus there is a Blossom School. Blossom School. Now, Mr. Ramesh Kumar Mehta has got a daughter by name Aishwarya Mehta. And Aishwarya Mehta. Now, Aishwarya Mehta is pursuing her schooling, and JSPM tells that ये जो ऐश्वर्या मेहता को इधर डाल दो, and we are going to charge nominal or zero. So there is some benefit which is coming to Mr. Ramesh Kumar Mehta because of a employee-employer relationship. So this is the free, either it can be a free education or a concessional education provided by the employer to the employee. So there is a value attached to it. So we have to find out the value attached to it. So cost of free education provided to any members of the employee's family in an educational institute owned and maintained by employer shall be determined with reference to a reasonable cost of such educational in similar institution in a nearby locality. Okay, for educational facility provided to the children of the employee, the value should be nil, and if the cost of education exceeds rupees 1,000 per month, it is fully taxable. Okay, hope you have understood it, but I will carry forward this discussion to the next class tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So we will join and discuss from free education provided by the employer to the employee in the next class. Now I am going to end here. Thank you so much for patiently listening to me, and God bless you. I'm ending here. Just a moment. If I have any doubts, I will take up these doubts.